example, in all of these drones, they have not enough smarts to be able to store a 3D map, like a topological view of the Earth, so they know they can terrain hub. We can also program altitude limits, GPS fencing, so you get too far away from yourself, so automatically turn itself around.
Or enter some airspace you shouldn't be in.
Yeah, it knows. The FAA publishes their maps, and it knows where it can and cannot go. It will refuse to fly if you try and take off in your route, which is good because sometimes people get a little excited because they want to go fly somewhere or do something. The computer doesn't get excited and is watching out for you, make sure you don't, fly into your plane. Which would not be good. I don't want to test that. So far, it hasn't happened, and I'm hoping to keep it that way through stuff like this.
If anyone has any questions or anything, we can, technology-wise.
Explain it pretty well.
John, I just want to say one thing just from the technological component. And I went flying was over 30 years. But when I started, I did my flight calculation with what's called an E6B, circular slide rule. There was no GPS. Loran had just come out. The technological capabilities that you had to determine where you were was either being done by determining of a latitude and longitude. What's so exciting here and where your opportunity is that this is just taking off in terms of what the potentials are. Like you said here, and 10 years ago this technology wasn't there. 20 years ago we didn't have really GPS, it was just in its infancy. There's so many things and so many opportunities in all of these different growth areas. That's what's so exciting, and that's why I told you the more I thought about it, what a great opportunity you've got, and that it's here. It's right here in Warren County, and you got the opportunity to take advantage of it. Let's make the cutting edge come right out of here. I think it's a great opportunity.
There's hundreds of thousands of jobs becoming available right now. Flying them and building them and maintaining them.
Can I say, it's not just about the jobs, obviously it is, but it's also a lot of fun. That's what brought me to originally doing this back in 2010. I can thank John Trophy very much for making that possible, because he basically funded the initial set of drones, because back then nobody really knew what to do with these things. And
The technology was just, it's such an infancy that you could see there was something on the horizon, but we didn't even know what it was.
But it is a lot of fun. Like when you put the goggles on, you say it's like you're sitting in a drone. That's why I originally built these things. Because unfortunately, real airplanes are very expensive. I really wanted to do that, and I hope one day, using drones, I can afford to fly and own a real airplane. But until then, this is what I have to work with. This is why I built these drones, why I built the goggles, why I built the head tracking cameras. So if you look around, the camera tracks with your head. So you can peer over at a park or something as you fly by. And then, it's like you're sitting up there. You got audio feeds, got interfaces. And, flying when there's some low clouds out, you punch through clouds and you see the sun going off and then you see the shadows.
The fog and everything, you can see where you're at if you're hovering around and you come into some fog.
Something
You know
you
where you're
never
at.
really get is how clouds make shadows on the ground. And it's like when you're up high, you can't really tell what's happening when you're on the ground. But when you're up in the sky, everything looks a little bit different. And that's originally what drew me to this. I didn't even think about the business opportunities because there weren't any back then. But now there is. So hopefully I can keep doing that and also do all the important things like inspections and search and rescue and all that kind of stuff.
Question?
What's the flight time of the IMAX? What one we have left?
Big one?
So this one is a bit special because it's big and it's meant to fly for 45 minutes with a load on it. And that's why the battery is basically a cinder block of lithium that weighs 20 pounds, because I'm using the economies of scale when it comes to efficiency. You have really big motors and you're not asking much of them to do it really efficiently. And that means you put a ginormous battery on the back and carry a lot of weight and fly for a really long time. Because the reason I built this is because I noticed for the big drones, which isn't really a common market, people don't really make that many drones to carry really heavy stuff.
There's not many people that actually can design those big ones, like
It's a big
Dan is
headache,
one of
trust
a
me.
rare breed.
It's a very headache causing thing. It's been 2 years making this stupid thing. And it still frustrates me to this day. But they normally only fly for 7 to 8 minutes, and that's just not enough time. Because I work with a real helicopter. I work with a person named Kai Simonson, who is a news reporter in a helicopter over New York City. And this thing is really meant to replace helicopters, because drones, most drones can only carry small GoPro-sized cameras or little SLRs, but none of them can really carry the big, heavy-duty cameras that the real helicopters can carry. And this is meant to bridge that gap, because right now there's a big gap between tiny little drones like Phantoms and real helicopters in terms of speed and endurance. And that's what this is meant to kind of cover, so that way you can get the interesting drone shots of like near balloons and near fireworks or whatever. But obviously a helicopter will go nowhere near that. But drones are interesting because they're so cheap in comparison to aircraft. So they're almost disposable at a certain point if you have a helicopter doing hours for you. You know, because I don't know how much a helicopter costs, but you spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per hour to get them to go somewhere and do something. If you only need an hour worth of stuff, you can just buy a Phantom and you can crash it, you're still better off. Which means you can be a lot more brave than like Usain forest fires. A helicopter will go nowhere near a forest fire because of the dangerous air currents and the fact that you can't land anywhere because there's a giant inferno beneath you. But a drone can go on a one-way trip, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but not nearly as much.
Well, and also there's almost like no maintenance. Like very, like once it's built and flying right, like there's almost like no maintenance, whereas like a helicopter, like for every hour you're flying, it needs like 3 hours of maintenance. So if you're flying 6 hours or something like that, you're gonna need like 18 hours of like maintenance on that, whereas this, you're flying like a couple batteries.
Staff,
Yeah, Sanger,
parts,
on upkeep on
which is perfectly okay because there's a life on the line in those things. But with this, it's just some plastic and carbon fiber and copper.
Much to wear out.
No. It's very simple electric systems and computer chips, which we've gone to redo that.
Some of these can even be designed to fly in the rain. It's pretty easy.
That one's waterproof. So that one's meant to handle storms if it has to. I haven't hit hail yet. I'm hoping I don't, but it's hit storms a couple times. That one tops out at around 70, but it cruises at 50. My baby, which is a flying wing called the Zephyr, is a big 6 foot. It looks like a B-2 stealth bomber. That one tops out at 110. I don't know how fast it goes in the air, but at ground level it's 110. So it's only seems to go faster.
And so to get somewhere for an incident like a train wreck or something where there's hazardous gas being, let go, you can get that there pretty quick, see what's going on, come back. Now you know at least what you're dealing with, a mile, 2 or 5 miles away. Yeah.
Have you done anything with the tethers? Have you ever tethered it so that, like, for smaller local flights? to be
I
able to
have thought about that a lot actually, because the original challenge said to come up with some kind of,
lightweight, like lightweight.
I'd have to come up with some kind of power supply on board the drone because I could send it as a high of a voltage as possible that could send it some spindly wire as possible. I definitely want to experiment with that, so I have a chance.
With the goggles, can you get a full 360 view using those?
If you put enough of a wire on your camera, this one can actually pan all the way around. Can you see this?
Yeah.
It can go all the way around. Well, this one is actually limited,
Okay.
but you can get turbos that go all the way 360. You can make it track you doing
You
that.
actually put a head tracker on your flight goggles so that it knows when you're turning your head, and as you're spinning around, the camera kind of tracks your eyes. It's as if you're looking, and when Dan would fly with these, he would have to sit down because sometimes he'd kind of fall over. Because you just lose your perspective of up and down.
When you rolls, and you go to try and roll with it, and then
All over.
you have to sit down. Also, if you don't have glasses, you're very lucky. There was an embarrassing crash once where we left the lens cap on, because I had to take my glasses off, and I'm blind without them. Put the goggles on, realized I couldn't see, and I
think at this time, if you'd like to just casually mingle with folks that are up here and just carry on informal conversations, that would be nice. If you've got the card at this time, that's understandable too, but I just want to thank everybody once again for they're our future and encouragement. Thank you very much.
These guys have graduated.